Hello, my name is Mark, and today I'm going to show you how to use RocketResponder AutoResponder to send out your emails for your business. RocketResponder already has 3 really good video tutorials that they show you how to create your opt-in page, how to start up your mailing list, and how to make follow-ups. But what I'm going to show you is how to do a follow-up using their templates. And what you're going to end up having to do is you have to log in, and you're going to log into your dashboard. It's going to end up here, so you want to click on Manage Lists. I already have a bunch of emails set up for this particular website, so I already know what I'm doing with that one, and I already picked out the template that I want to use. So you click on that, then you have to go down to Follow-ups, click on that, then you have to say Add Follow-up, and you're going to come up to your templates page. Now if you're just going to send out an email with nothing on it, you can just bypass this page. But if you want to use a template, then you can pick out one of these. What I would suggest is play around with the templates and see how you want your particular emails to look like. And I already used this one. I like how it looks. I like what I can do with it. I don't like this thing over here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Just click on that. And I already know that I have my logo incorporated into a picture, so I don't need that logo section, so I'm going to get rid of that. I want to put a picture in here. I've already got one that I use on all my emails that I send out, so I have to go into my personal file and pick out the one I want, and it'll load up, and it's going to end up popping up on the screen here in a second. And then after it shows up, I'll show you what else I do with this. And like I said, you can practice with all this stuff and figure out what you want, where you want it, because here's an area where you can put text. Here's where you can put pictures and text. Well, since I already know how I want my stuff laid out, I'm just going to click here, and I can just get rid of that whole box. I don't want this line either. I'm going to get rid of that. I use this section, so I'm going to keep that. I gotta want this line. I don't want this. I mean, if I could put 2 pictures in here and text underneath each one if I wanted, but I don't want to. So I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want any of these lines down here. I believe I can only get rid of one of them, but I'm going to get rid of this also, and I'm going to get rid of this line. So after I get rid of those lines, what I want to do is on this particular email, I want to put an ad banner over here. So what I have to do is I'm going to click, get the box going, and I drag. As I drag, it highlights it, and you just hit the delete button. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my letter that I'm going to send out, and I have the HTML code for a banner ad that's going to go on the side. And I just copy it, and I go back and click paste, and what it's going to do is it should paste the HTML in there, and the picture should pop up just like it did. So that makes that pretty simple. Okay, well what I want to do next is I want my text to be in over here. So I have to get rid of all of this stuff because I don't want to use any of it. And you just click and drag, and as you drag it should highlight. I want to get rid of everything. And do the same thing over here. And it's pretty simple. You just click, highlight, and drag. Then what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go back to my email that I've already got set up, typed it out. One of the things that I've found doesn't seem like works with any program, no matter what it is even if you put paragraphs in your copy, when you go to post it, for whatever reason, it just never seems like it puts the paragraphs in. As you can see, it's pretty skinny, and you obviously don't want the text to be like that. So what you have to do is just go over here and click, and it's going to give you the HTML code for this whole section. So what you have to end up doing is you have to look for the code. You just have to scroll down, and on this one I already know that it's right here. On some of the other ones it might be in a different place, and since I've made a lot of these emails already, I know that on this spot I want 400. So I click 400, click OK. It widens it right to the way I want it. Now also, as you notice, you're going to have to take the text and put it where you want it to be. All you have to do, and you're going to have to do this with all of them, because even though it's not putting this in paragraph form, it thinks that each one of these is a paragraph. So you're going to have to click anywhere in it, and you have to go over here, over here, click it. I want left text. So you click, and you're going to have to do this at every paragraph. And I will pause this so you don't have to watch me do all of them, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've done all that. Now what I want to go through is I want to go back, and like I said, they don't put in your paragraphs, so I want to click and make everything paragraphs, because as we all know, people don't like to read long drawn out paragraphs. So I make everything short so it's easy for them to read. So you just have to go through and do the same thing. And the other thing that you'll have to go through and do is the text is, even though it looks like it's black, it's not really black. So what you have to do is you have to go and highlight, and this is sometimes hops around, and it doesn't do it all at once. You have to highlight it, and since I'm doing this on a laptop, I can only highlight so much. And you go over here and you just click on black, and it highlights, makes it black, and as you can see, it's a different color right there. Since you don't want to watch me highlight all of this stuff, I'm going to pause this again, and I'm going to highlight everything. Okay, I'm back. I've made everything black. Now, of course, you can make it whatever color you want depending on what kind of an email you're going to send out. Now, what I want to do next is I want to go down here. This is just going to be an ad banner. I'm not going to mention anything about them having a big sale or anything like that. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to get rid of all this, and I just hit delete, on my keyboard, and get rid of all that stuff. And that's not going to be there when I'm done. It'll vanish. Then what I want to do is I'm going to come back up here, because I always forget to do this when I'm typing up my emails to start. I want to enter. I want to put hello and name, and that way when this goes out, the person's name that subscribed to your list, it'll automatically get filled in there. Now I want this to be just a little bit bigger, so I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to make it 18. Then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to click and just hit enter. I'm going to sign it. I could put thanks Mark, or thanks whatever your name is, or whatever you want to do. I just usually say thanks Mark. I want to highlight it again. I want it to be black, and sometimes I leave it here, sometimes I'll move it over to the other side, and you just just move it over, and then basically you're done. It's pretty simple. Now I've got my banner here, that way if somebody wants to look at golf clubs or golf accessories from this company, it's there. You can put anything in there that you want. That's what you can use it for, and it just makes things a whole lot easier. Once you're completely finished, all you have to do, if you want to see what it's going to look like when your subscribers open, is just go down and click on the preview, and it's going to show you what it'll look like when your subscribers open it up in their email. And you can just go down and look at it, and if you're advertising things, you just have your coding in, and you click on it. It goes right to that person's website, and it's nice and simple. Hopefully, if you're looking for an email system, this helps you make a decision as to whether or not to get RocketResponder or somebody else's. RocketResponder is only $20 a month, so it's a really good value, where some of the other places, depending on how many subscribers you have, can be as much as $70 a month. Could be even more if you have a lot of them. And over the course of the year, that can make a big difference. You could be spending $800 a year as opposed to $240 a year. So hopefully you've learned something. If you already have RocketResponder, to help you make your emails faster and easier. If you're looking for one, hopefully you'll choose RocketResponder, and you'll find out just how simple it is to do this. Have a nice day.